Hi, I'm John Werner. I'm an officer with the California Highway Patrol out of the Baldwin Park area office down the street. Drunk driving in California is a very serious crime. It actually imposes a 1-year mandatory driver's license suspension. You could also lose your license until you turn 18 for those who are provisional drivers. As well as it incurs approximately $10,000 in fines. Your insurance goes up for 10 years and it stays on your record for an additional 10 years. I've been on for over 19 years, and in that time I've seen multiple fatals involving drunk driving crashes, only one of which, thank God, was a juvenile or under the age of 21, and it was the driver who killed his best friend who was the passenger in the vehicle. So typical signs of a drunk driver: alternating speed, going really fast, really slow, not being able to stay in the lines, overreacting when they see another car pull up next to them. All of a sudden they slam on the brakes and veer away from that car even though that car's 5 or 6 feet away from them. So watch out for these. These are drunk drivers, and like I said, be safe.
I'd like to encourage everyone to drive responsibly, especially as we're getting near the end of the school year and things like prom are approaching. And I don't think I have to emphasize enough that we want to avoid doing anything like drinking while driving. I think that's clear enough that we put ourselves at risk and we also put others at risk. But I'd also like to encourage you to be very responsible when you're driving, and especially with respect to driving at the proper rate of speed. I've unfortunately, over the course of my career here at Bishop Amat, had to live through 2 incidents where students from our community have been killed in incidents where they were speeding excessively or driving irresponsibly and were killed in car accidents. It's something that I'd never want to go through again, nor would I want anyone in our current Lancer family to have to experience that type of traumatic event. Unfortunately, we lost 2 classmates in the late 1990s who were killed in a car crash together, and also about 15 years ago another student was also lost in a car accident. And hopefully you'll drive responsibly and be careful, and we'll not have to go through this again.
Things that I'd like to bring up today. The first is that you don't get charged with drunk driving. You get charged with driving under the influence. So this is going to mean that alcohol obviously impairs your ability to operate a vehicle successfully and safely, but there are other things that can do the same. So if you are at a party and you make a poor choice in terms of eating like an edible or taking some sort of pill, don't do that. But if you find yourself in a situation where you do, you have to understand that you are impaired. You cannot safely operate that vehicle. So at that point, you have to start looking into other options. You can have a friend drive you home. If you're over 18, you can use a rideshare service like Uber or Lyft. You can plan ahead and have a designated driver. It's all about safety, students. You guys are the most precious things that exist in the world, and we basically can't have you putting yourself in a position where you can harm yourself or others. So my plea to you guys obviously is to act responsibly over these really exciting months. But if you do find yourself in a situation, please reach out for help. You must. Even it's probably the worst thing in the world in your head to reach out to a parent at that point. But that is far better, than not only putting your own life in danger, but also someone else's life in danger.